Good morning. Uh, this is something like a test. It's something that I have thought for some time now, and it might work. Well, my idea is that someone could be taking a policy letter or a bulletin by LRH and just read it in a way with good TRs, meaning with enough intention to get across. And just because we live more in an oral society than in a society that can read and study, that might help, to get some messages across. So this is a test, and I'm going to read from the Assist's handbook a few things from this bulletin, which is called let me see, whatever. Hold on, just a moment. I'm just gonna, flip the camera. If I may do this, which I don't seem to be able to. Anyway. Well, I said this is a test. Those phones, when you want it to happen, I don't find the button. Anyway, this is the Assist summary. It's your bulletin of 11 July 1973, revised 21st September 1978. Assist summary. When he goes on and lists a whole thing of assists. Well, okay, this is it. A whole list of assists. But there is some interesting facts here, which, of course, this being a test, it will be improved in the way that you present an HCOB. But we can present HCOBs, read them exactly as it is, and then present the actual HCOB for anybody who would like to know about it. We have so much knowledge, and it's not getting out there. Earth Administration is supposedly to handle that too, to get enough volume of people to do some specific and focused outflow, like assists. Okay. So it starts like injuries, operations, delivery of babies, severe illnesses, and periods of intense emotional shock all deserve to be handled with thorough and complete assists. Then in the second paragraph, he goes on saying about clears and OTs and Dianetic clears, that they are not run on Dianetic auditing assists, and etc., but they can have, touch assists, they may receive, and contact assists. But that's for clears and OTs. We're interested in new public now. So he says some things that are very, very important. First of all, that medical examination and diagnosis should be sought where needed, and where treatment is routinely successful, medical treatment should be obtained. Well, that's important because we do understand that an assist is not, as he says very correctly, a substitute for medical treatment, but is complementary to it. So people can see that in Scientology, we're not nuts. We're not, nutcases that we want to substitute the doctors, etc. But amongst us girls, you know that sometimes, if you're up on the scale, you don't have to have a doctor, right? But we're not going to say this. We're not going to say this because this is out reality for people. Until people get a good grasp of the technology and they become proficient in helping themselves and others. Anyway, so I'm moving on with this idea. As I got a new phone, so I have quite some memory in it, so I can record some videos, and that's great. This is what technology is for, to assist communication and the promulgation or the dissemination of correct communication and correct data. And here is a lot of correct data. I don't know who would be interested, but this is a very interesting part of this ACO bulletin, where it says, injury and illness are predisposed by the spiritual state of the person. I repeat that, because that's very important. Injury and illness are predisposed by the spiritual state of the person. If people knew that, if people had faith in this society would be a different place. Just this. They are precipitated by the being himself as a manifestation of his current spiritual condition. They are precipitated by the being himself as a manifestation of his current spiritual condition. And they are prolonged by any failure to fully handle the spiritual factors associated with them. The causes of predisposition, precipitation, and prolongation are basically the following. 1. Postulates. 2. Engrams. 3. Secondaries. 4. RC breaks with the environment, situations, others, or the body part. 5. Problems. 6. Overt acts. 7. Withholds. 8. Out of communicationness. And these are, as he mentions later on, I'm reading that from LRH, we are mainly concerned with the first group. That's the first group, points 1 to 8. The group is not listed in the order that it is done, but in the order that it has influence upon the being. So, what's the order of influence upon the being? Postulates, engrams, secondaries, RC breaks, the environment, situations, others, and, or the body part. Problems, overt acts, withholds, out of communicationness. So, that's something to to be discussed, and of course it's a long, bulletin. But this point, and I have to read it all, not to you, thank God, right? Yeah, but people are not studying. They cannot read. So why don't we create a channel on YouTube and we read LRH, and those who are a little bit, above, this and that, and they can put a comment there. This is not altering the technology. This is live communication. It's like delivering a seminar and you don't know what to say. You don't know what to say. I haven't seen any Scientologists delivering any awesome seminar. Why? Because simply we haven't been practicing marketing. We haven't been, and this is the stuff that we can, promote. This is our marketing, but we're not promoting it. Like, say to people that, if you fall sick or if you get an injury, there's something with your spiritual state that has, you caused that somehow. Oh, he's gonna say, no, I didn't cause that. I'm effect anyway. But if he gets a little bit the idea and starts thinking about it, next time he's not gonna be predisposed to, any kind of, factors that get him close to being injured or being harmed. Of course, we know about PTSdness. We can combine all those things. There's going to be a seminar. There can be a talk. Why do they do the TED Talks? TED Talks, okay. About what? Where is the spirit? Well, I tell you, the spirit, a Satan in the 21st century is believed to be an arbitrary. You know what is an arbitrary? Okay? Well, the Satan is considered an arbitrary. Is not part of the equation of life anymore. And this is the era we are living, and this is not the 20th century, this is not the 1950s, where LRH put that down. What's our duty? This is our duty, is that in the 21st century, we have to get society to, get rid of this false datum that Satan is an arbitrary. Or is like a dream or something, or it's a fake story. This is just a condition of long-term danger. So we come down to non-existence now. We are inexistent, non-existent, because this society believes that the Satan is like a fake. So I have some ideas, and they might be pretty, for some, some say, oh, this is not standard, what are you doing there? And I remember that on the central files of ASHO, they were coming down and telling me, oh, you're putting the 7th Division Org down in the basement of ASHO. Instead of you being the central files officer, you should file. This is squirrel. Now, and I was thinking, well, you don't know your org board and livingness, you don't know shit about Scientology, you don't know your basics, you just do the irreducible minimum, which is run an org with some stuff. And we're starving if we get $50 a week. If we would get $50 a week. ASHO didn't have toilet paper before the renovations. And I was going and saying as a recruiter, how am I supposed to recruit people if there's no toilet paper, And they were saying, oh, you're nattery and stuff like that. I mean, even toilet paper wasn't there sometimes. It was total neglect. And they were telling me about the org board, the 7th Division org board, the central files. Of course, a mission came afterwards from INT, and from 150 volunteers, John Axel, that old-timer, he was close to LRH on the ship, on the Apollo, wherever it was, he put it there, and he got it up to 250 volunteers, and he wrote Theo Sismanides, a founder of the org board, of the central files, of the 7th Division org board, which was a big honor for me, and a big surprise, but it was true. So, the point is that there is so many things we can do, which we haven't been doing. Nobody has been doing those things. And these are holes on the fourth dynamic, because we couldn't, encompass the whole thing. Well, of course you cannot encompass it, because if you cannot even listen for 15 minutes to a lecture or something, how are you going to do it? People today are not interested. They lose interest in the second minute or first, or in the first 10 seconds. They have no patience. They have no faith in that. Only those who have gone through, these things will have the patience to stick to it. And all these pep talks that I'm trying to get, sometimes with, my YouTube or videos, meaning, are meant for those who still have the, this little corner in the back of their mind saying, oh, you should be doing something. I don't care if I'm unkempt. I don't care if I present myself like that. I'm missing my teeth. That's fine. Who do you see? A body, or do you perceive a Satan behind this? With quite some intention now. All right, I don't want to get too serious about it, because that's not gonna work. All right, let's be light. But hey, let's have some people helping, We're volunteers. I'm volunteer. I'm in my kitchen. Nobody pushes me to, go and scrap the walls. There's no Miscavige here. There's no Miscavige. Thank God we got rid of Miscavige. And the whole planet is there now. So, this is my idea, is to read, parts of HCOBs, there should be good diction and good, some basic appearance and interest. Interest. Can you create interest? Can you create desire with people? It cannot be a rote, Injury and illnesses are predisposed by the spiritual state of the person. They are precipitated by the being himself as a manifestation. No. There must be some live communication. There must be conceptual understanding of what the guy is presenting and reading. And there can be some remarks contrary to those, orthodox Scientologists who say, oh, you cannot change that, you cannot do that, you cannot do this. What can you do? Nothing. Nothing. We're a little club here, and people know about the FreeZone, and what's his name? This guy, this squirrel guy is writing about us some news. This SP, I don't remember his name, Ortega. The only publicity we get is from Ortega. Of course, there's people who are doing auditing, and that's the purpose of Earth Admin Station number 1, is to get those people who are honestly delivering results and promote them, get them in the front lines, But they have to do something too. They may want to offer a free service, for the first time, and if they get the results, they're gonna get some people. There's tons of ideas that have not been implemented. Of course, I never said Earth Standard Admin. I said Earth Admin Station, because Standard Admin is a very high state. Not even the church, and we know that very well, the church has squirreled Standard Admin. There's nothing on the planet that can reach Standard Admin. But control is a gradient thing. You put more and more control as you put more responsibility and more knowledge. This is the KRC triangle. And that's what I've been trying to do, initiate something and see where it gets us. That's the story of all this amongst us girls. It's not that I had to do the very standard actions, right from the beginning. I'm not at a race. This is Theo, all right? I have 30 years of experience in Scientology. And I'm not gonna let this just fall down. That's all. And I need your help. All right. So, this is the idea behind this. We can do presentations of HCOBs, of books and stuff. And this can be live. And, whoever feels like it, let me know. Well, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye.